has investment, wealth creation, protection. There's only a 5-year lock-in, so you're not committed for a very long period of time. At the same time, it takes care of long-term needs, short-term needs.
Welcome to Expert Talk on Financial Planning. Today we are joined by a seasoned expert in the life insurance industry. With over 2 decades of experience in business planning and helping people secure their financial future. He is here to shed light on ULIP, Unit Linked Insurance Plan, and how they can be a part of a well-rounded financial strategy. It's great to have you with us, Mr. Siddharth Shafri.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So what exactly is Unit Linked Insurance Plan, or ULIP?
So as the name suggests, it's a combination of life insurance solution and investment all in one. So there is a component which takes care of the life cover, and there's another component which gets invested in whichever asset class you prefer. So there's equity, debt, money markets, depending on whatever fund you select. And the money is divided based on the NAV, net asset value, and based on that you get units as per the rate prevailing on a given day.
Great. So now that we know what a ULIP is, let's get into why someone should buy a ULIP. What makes it stand out?
So like I said, ULIP is a very flexible platform. It allows you, switching between asset classes. It has investment, wealth creation, protection. There's only a 5-year lock-in, so you're not committed for a very long period of time. At the same time, it takes care of long-term needs, short-term needs. So that entire flexibility, cover, tax efficiency, everything put together makes ULIP a very, very good platform. It has a lot going for it, and I feel it's a must-have solution for everyone.
All right. So we've already talked about why ULIPs might be a good choice. But with so many options out there, how do you know you're choosing the right ULIP plan? What should people look for?
Very interesting. So there are various ULIPs, like you mentioned, in the market. There are ULIPs with low cover, just 10 times cover. There are certain ULIPs which have less than 7 times cover. When I say 10 times and 7 times, I mean for the multiple of the premium. If I'm paying ₹1,00,000, I get 10 lakh rupees of life cover, or maybe 7 lakh rupees of life cover. If it's less than 10 times, it will attract complete taxation. If it's more than 10 times, that 2.5 lakh segment I spoke about comes into picture. However, it's your need which is important. If you need a higher cover and wealth creation, you want to balance the two, there are ULIPs with very high cover as well. So based on your need, your insurance advisor will be able to advise based on your life goals, based on your dependents, based on the liabilities that you carry, how you can balance the life cover and the wealth creation part or the investment fund. Based on that, then you can select the right ULIPs. Even in ULIPs, there are various funds. So again, you need to ask the expert, and based on your risk appetite, they will advise you which kind of fund you should look at.
Okay. Now, there's a lot of buzz on the internet. People are discouraging others from investing in them. So what do you think are the myths surrounding ULIPs, and how should we clear that out?
Interesting you ask this, because there are a lot of myths I hear about it on social media. The first myth I hear about is ULIPs are expensive. Not at all. They're highly regulated. The charges are capped. Reduction yield is capped by the regulator. They are extremely, extremely cost friendly. There used to be a time when they were costly, no longer. It's been nearly a decade that they have been regulated. Second myth I hear about is that it's only for high risk takers. Absolutely not. There are all types of funds available. So based on your financial advisor's advice, he will check your risk appetite, whether it's moderate, high risk, and he can suggest how much equity component you need or how much debt you need. So they are absolutely not high risk at all. Anyone can do it. In fact, they write volatility better because the fund manager has that flexibility of holding on to the money because there are not regular redemptions. Third myth, that they are not flexible. They are absolutely flexible. You can change your risk pattern based on the markets or whatever your life stage, and you can move from equity to debt, and that to tax efficient manner. Because switching does not attract any tax in a ULIP platform, unlike what you would do in any other instrument. So that's why the flexibility is very, very good. So just to conclude, the 3 myths I spoke about, it's not very costly, it's highly flexible, and it's not just meant for high risk takers or anybody who has, depending on risk appetite, can go for it.
What are the tax benefits associated with ULIPs that one should be aware of?
So interesting you ask this. So in budget 2021, any policyholder post 1st Feb 2021 up to a premium of 2.5 lakh rupees will not attract any taxation. No long-term capital gain, no short-term capital gain, nothing. All procedures will be tax-free, but 2.5 lakh rupees premium post first step per policy holder. That's it. Aggregating all policies under ULIP platform. Also switches are completely tax-free. Moving from equity to debt does not attract any kind of tax.
How has Tata AIA's fund performance been over the years, and what makes it the right choice for the investors?
So interesting that you asked that. So in fact, over the last 5 years, Tata AIA Multi-Cap Fund has delivered a remarkable 28.22% return over a benchmark return of 17.12%. In fact, most of our funds are rated 4 or 5 star by Morningstar. This is a rating agency. Our experienced fund managers have been delivering this long-term return since a very long time because of their experience and their reliable fund management.
What financial advice would you give both Gen Z and millennials for securing their financial future?
Oh, interesting. So there are two different eras, right? Gen Z and millennials. So the advice would be a little different because obviously millennials will have a shorter span. Their goals will be different. They're probably married, have kids, have liabilities, so they need a higher cover. Maybe wealth creation could be a little toned down because they have less years to retire, less years to work. Vis-a-vis Gen Z, which is starting off in life. They are maybe having a higher risk appetite because they have more duration. So the advice and the risk appetite would differ because of that, because I don't think Gen Z would have such, they may not have dependence, they may not have, liabilities. So based on that, based on the risk appetite, based on the tenure, obviously, higher cover would be an advice to millennials and higher wealth creation would be the advice to Gen Z. I think they would prefer it that way.
Can you explain the charges associated with ULIP?
So ULIP generally has 4 types of charges. So there is a premium allocation charge, there is an admin fees, there is fund admin charge, and there is a mortality cost. Some plans have both admin as well as allocation charge. Some plans have only allocation charge, no admin. Some have only admin, no allocation. Either way, the charges are regulated and capped. Doesn't matter under which head they are, deducted, but it is capped. Fund management charge is also capped. Anywhere between 1.2 to 1.35% for equity funds is the maximum any company can charge. These are the basic charges. Mortality is basically cost of insurance. So for a younger person, mortality cost will be very low compared to a person starting very late in life. Hence, I always recommend to start create wealth over long term, to start early and for a longer period of time. The charges will be taken care of.
Mr. Chhabria, as an investor, how can I maximize my ULIP return?
The only way to maximize the ULIP return is the first time horizon. You need to start early at an earlier age, look for a long-term, investment horizon and stay invested. As you know, India's story is very, very bright. The funds have been performing exceptionally well. Last few years have been very good post-COVID. Long-term also, the prospects are very, very bright. So if you start early, stay invested, you're bound to make good amount of returns.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chhabria. This was really insightful. You made everything from the basis of ULIPs to the technical details so easy to grasp. Thank you for taking the time out to speak with us and share expertise with us.
Most welcome. It's been a pleasure. ULIPs are a very misunderstood commodity. They are very good long-term solutions for younger people, for middle-aged people, for protection, for wealth creation. We have a lot of satisfied policyholders who have made a lot of money, completed fulfilled a lot of goals and aspirations. And we've had some policyholders, unfortunately, who we lost and we have paid claims to their policyholders. Only those who benefit realize it. Don't go by the myth. Understand, contact your financial advisor. Based on your risk appetite, select your funds and you can always switch like you wish. Thank you.
If you found this video useful and have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments below. We're here to help. Do not forget to share, like and subscribe so you don't miss an update. Until next time, stay safe and take care.
Visit TataAIA.com and contact our financial advisors.